Lesson 201, Handling Form Values the Hard Way. If you have IntelliJ open, you want to click on Create New Project, and then select Spring Initializer on the left-hand side. Now this project that we're going to name Spring Boot 201. I'm going to copy the name so I can use it later, and select Next. And for our dependencies, we're going to use Web and Timeleaf again. So Web from Web and Timeleaf from template engines, and select Next. I'm going to paste in my name and hit Finish. We're going to wait for it to do its thing. And when it asks you to, go ahead and import the changes for Maven. And once you have the name of your application up here in the upper right hand corner, you're done. And it's ready for you to work. So first, let's go and add a controller. So I'm going to expand my project, expand the source folder, go into main, look inside Java, select my package, right click, and select new Java class. And I'm going to call it home controller. I'm going to annotate my class as @controller and accept the import. And just so you're not forced to sit there and listen to me type, I'm going to cheat and just paste in my text. And we have a couple of errors here, but we can handle that by importing the right library. So I'm going to backspace over the last letter, so it will jump ahead to allow me to select my library. That one, there was only one choice. For request param, there's only one choice. And then for model, there's multiple choices. But if you look in the what's going on section, there's a list of what are the proper imports for each term. And so for model, the proper import is org.springframework.ui.model. And so we got rid of all of our errors. And what's going to happen here is in this first method, we're handling the load form endpoint, or the load form URL, and we're telling it to load the form template when someone goes to load form. And then when you submit the form, the process form request mapping is going to catch that, and this is going to catch all of the values. @request param login is going to catch the login term from the form and put it into the login variable in the controller. They don't have to be named the same. I just name them the same for my benefit. And then once it catches that value, it's going to use model, just like we did in lesson 102, and pass whatever the login was that the person used to the next template using the login val variable. And that template is called confirm. So let's go ahead and create our templates. First, we need a template for the form. So we open up resources, right click templates, and select new HTML file, and we'll call it form template. And again, I'm going to cheat by just copying my text in. And so this is a regular HTML form for the most part with minor additions. So there's an action, because a form tag needs to have an action attribute, but the th action, the timeleaf action, is what's going to replace that. And when you give an endpoint to a timeleaf action, you have to wrap it in an @ curly bracket. So you would just strip this away, and it's going to replace the action with this /process form. And this is the field that we're going to catch with name login. And because this name is login, request param is going to be able to catch the value and put it in this variable. And then we're going to take that variable and then we're going to pass it to this placeholder using model, and we're going to pass it to the next template, which we need to create now. So we're going to go back to templates and create a new HTML file called confirm. And inside of confirm, it's really simple text. We're going to have this. Now, this isn't th text, which we've used before. This is th inline. So when you have a sentence or even a whole wall of text where you just want to drop values into it, using th inline is the way you would do it. So what it tells TimeLeaf is that instead of replacing what's inside the tag, look at the text inside the tag, and everywhere where it sees this construct, double square brackets, and then inside of there it'll be a $ curly bracket in the name of a variable. It's going to replace this with the value from the form, and we'll see that when we run it. So now that we have both of our templates and we have our controller, let's go ahead and run our application. And once it's done running, we'll be able to go to our browser and hit refresh. And I don't think it was done loading. Okay, so it's almost done and started Spring Boot 201 application. We'll hit refresh, and it has an error, page not found. What's wrong? Now remember, we'd never created a request mapping for the root route. We just created a request mapping for load form. So we actually have to load form to be able to see the page that we want. So we would say /load form, and we get this login page. So if I type in AJ Henley and hit submit, it would say the login used was AJ Henley, because as I told you, it replaced this text right here with the value of the variable, and you can use that with multiple variables and as much different things as you want to inside of the th inline, and it's just that simple.